Welcome Taurus to your reading for the 22nd to the 31st of May 2024. So just a heads up before we start, there's a full moon on the 23rd of May 2024. That's a full moon in Sagittarius. Also, I'm not an astrologer, but there seems to be a lot going on in Jupiter and Venus at the minute. Sorry about that. That was a phone buzzing. There's a lot going on in Jupiter and Venus at the present, so you might want to look up your birth chart, look at some current astrology videos or something to see how that may be relevant for you. But we're going to get on with it. So we're going to get a message from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck first of all. That buzzing has really distracted me. We'll get a message for that first. So these are intended to be kind of mini messages. That was quick. You've got, oh, I love that. Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. Yeah, they're meant to be mini messages, so we'll see what comes out for you. Let's get you tarot cards as well. That is one of my favorite cards in this deck. So what does Taurus, Sun, Moon or Rising need to know? We have the Emperor. I like that, reclaim your power. I mean, the Emperor is a really powerful energy, isn't it? And is that 4 as well? You've got 44 and 4, so 4s might be really relevant. Well, 44, you've got the 2 4s, and then 4 plus 4 is 8. So 4 or 8 might be relevant. I think 8, I mean, 8 is connected to Scorpio, and Scorpio energy is, there's an energy of power around Scorpio as well, and Pluto. You might want to see what Pluto's doing in your birth chart as well, because there's a few things going on with Pluto as well, but not as it didn't seem to be as much as with Jupiter and Venus. Right, Emperor. What else? What else does Taurus need to know? We have the 4 of Cups. You got a lot. You have a lot. You've got the 5 of Cups. You have. I'm gonna keep them in reverse because they were like that. You've got the 3 of Cups and the 6 of Cups as well. So there may be an issue. I often say this with the 5 of Cups, especially with them coming out together, and that's in reverse as well. There's something here where people that you feel should have been supportive probably weren't. Someone might be feeling quite alone actually. And that may be why there's a push to reclaim your power. 6 of Cups there. Jesus, okay. Sorry, I know that sounded negative, but I mean, the Emperor obviously is a powerful card. The reclaim your power is a powerful card, but everything else here is pretty yeah, it's a heavy energy where someone really may feel like they're on their own in something. Even if there are people in your life that have been around for a very long time, you might be in a frame of mind at this point in time where you feel like nobody's ever there for me. And it's just like, I've just got to do it all by myself. I just have to keep going on my own. I've just got to fight all my battles on my own. So I am sorry if you're going through that energy. It's a tough energy, but that's what it looks like. I am going to clarify, although initially I wasn't planning to clarify, but wow. Okay, let's look at the Emperor first of all. You may have been let down quite a lot. And I know I keep reiterating that, but just looking at all of that. Right, Emperor, 9 of Cups. You have the Death card and the Justice card with the Emperor. So you could be transforming into more of an energy of kind of doing what you have to do for your own sense of satisfaction, for your own sense of justice. I can't think of another word to use other than justice. But the reason why I say transforming is because the Death card is there. So if you weren't already in this energy, it may be, and it wouldn't surprise me if you've been through all of that. That is not easy. That's where it's almost like it's where someone, what's the bloody word now? I've said it before and I can't remember it. Rock bottom. It's where you're at rock bottom, and you literally, and I'm literally getting this image of like a pit or a volcano or something filled with rocks, and you have to claw your way out of it. So like you have to move the rocks, and your fingers are bloody and ragged, and I know this is really dramatic, and it's literally like having to claw your way out, because you're literally at rock bottom, and claw your way out to come out of the pit. And you'd come out injured, but you'd come out stronger. But it's almost like having to transform, like that process of clawing your way out, the blood, the tears, the sweat of all of that. And I know it's really dramatic, is what makes you strong enough to reclaim your power, where you sort of like, if I can do that, then I can do anything kind of energy. So yeah, let me get something for the Four of Cups, Two of Pentacles, the Tower, what else? Oh, okay, something did go, I was confused then. Temperance, Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. Okay. There's almost an energy here of a contemplation of feeling who's, to put it bluntly, who's you ride and die. It's a feeling with that Two of Pentacles of who's there for me and who's not. And with the Tower in reverse, it's like whoever has not proved that they are with me or there for me or whatever, it's just letting that go completely. And the same with the Temperance. It's a card of balance. With it being in reverse, it's that feeling of knowing when someone's just not supportive is one word. There's more to it than that, and I can't think of other words, but who's not there for you. And knowing that, hopefully knowing that there are other opportunities out there, that you can find happiness somewhere else. It might be a heads up to remember that, to be honest, because if you've been with these type of energies, it really does, again, as I say, it feels lonely. It does feel lonely. So for the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups to be there, it may be a heads up that just remember that as much as you may go through phases in life where you are alone, and some journeys and battles you have to face alone, and sometimes those journeys can drag out for a very long time, there are other opportunities for you to sort of to find your tribe and share your happiness with other people. And also a warning as well. I didn't say warning initially, did I? But a warning to not let yourself become too jaded by being let down by people. Yeah, you want to protect yourself and be discerning and stuff, but you don't want it to get to the point where you actually completely isolate yourself. So let's look at the Five of Cups quickly. Another powerful energy, King of Wands, with the Six of Cups. I'll just get one more after that. Yeah, so I would say here, this is about where past situations, disappointments, hurts, etc. are teaching you or have taught you to be strong in that King of Wands energy. This Page of Cups is a card of vulnerability for me, and it really connects to that Six of Cups. I mean, it is the past, but it is it's a card of children, isn't it? With children, there's vulnerability there. It's like it's a case of reviewing that, and I'm all for vulnerability. We need it. We need to be vulnerable, but there's got to be the balance, hasn't there, of vulnerability and protecting yourself. And as I say, it's an energy of past hurts, disappointments, etc., sort of teaching you to be strong. So let's look at Three of Cups. Emperor's back again. So the Star. I don't know which up. Okay, I'm getting it up. I really feel there's an energy here of, again, I'm just going to reiterate it because the Six of Cups is in reverse, of not letting past experiences make you too jaded. Definitely stand in your power, etc. Don't put up with any bullshit, but don't let it push you too far to the other end where you become heartless. Heartless is what I'm getting looking at the Ace of Cups. Seven of Wands. Page of Wands and the Fool. Yeah, it's a case of balancing out the situations where you know you have to be tougher and more protective, and where you know you can, what's the word? Drop the defenses, where you can be a little bit more open and vulnerable, and finding that balance where you feel safe. I don't know why I'm getting a sense of safety with the star. Discerning situations in which you can feel safe going forward. Let's get something quickly for that Six of Cups. I'm sorry, I know, see half the cards are off the thing. Is a bit of a mess today, isn't it, with these? Yeah, for me, I'm not going to clarify the Six of Cups anymore, but it's the past is the past. Yes, you can learn from it, but you can't carry the pain forever. At some point, you acknowledge it, you feel it, you work through it, but you have to let go of that and, again, stand strong, but don't let those past hurts mess your current life up. So Ace of Cups. And this may be something that you're still working on. It for some, maybe you've gone through this. For others, it may be that this is what you may be at the point where you are clawing your way out of the pit at present, or you may be at the stage where you're trapped down there and you're not sure how to get out. This might be a boost for you to say, look, you can get out of here, you can get out of this pit, you can claw your way out. But yeah, Ace of Cups. Let's see. Ace of Wands. I like that energy. It's again, it's that thing. Don't become heartless. Even if you have been disappointed, you can start all over again. You can get your spark back. You can rebuild yourself. You can do it. You can rebuild yourself. You can rebuild your strength. And that's your card, isn't it? Yeah, King of Pentacles is Taurus. You can build yourself back up, should I say, emotionally, mentally, everything. You can do it. I feel like these readings are pep talks, to be honest, for situations, but okay. But that's your reading, Taurus. Thank you for supporting the channel, and take care. Welcome, Virgo, to your reading for the 22nd to the 31st of May 2024. So just a heads up before we start, there's a full moon on the 23rd of May 2024, and that is a full moon in Sagittarius. Also, I'm not an astrologer, but there is quite a bit going on with Jupiter and Venus at present. So you may want to check your birth chart, maybe watch some astrology videos or something to see how that's relevant to you. But let's get into it. So this is the deck I'm going to be using to get your oracle message first of all. So Spirit Animal Oracle deck. So what does Virgo Sun, Moon or Rising need to know? Virgo Sun, Moon or Rising, you have two cards. You have, I absolutely love this card, scarabs. There's something, I've got a thing about scarabs. It says, Scarab Beetle Spirit Magic works through you. And I can see that is blurred. And you also have Seahorse Spirit, Watch and Wait. Who else got this one? Who else was it? Was it Gemini? Possibly Gemini. I mean, we are in Gemini season, so it shouldn't be that surprising, really. So anybody who's manifesting, who's into manifestation techniques and manifesting out there, this one might be this one really might be a booster for you. Let's get your tarot cards out. So what does Virgo Sun, Moon or Rising need to know? You've got 52 and 53 as well. I've only just realized. And I swear, between each session of readings that I do, I separate the cards into piles. Make sure they're upright, separated, shuffle the hell out of them, and you've got 52 and 53 next to each other, which is a 7 and an 8, isn't it? If you add the 5 and the 2 and 5 and 3 together. So sevens are where there's different ways of looking at sevens, but one thing with the 7 is where you kind of put the effort in, like thinking 7 of Pentacles, it's where you put in the effort in, and then 8s are where there's movement and progression. So you have, I love that Wheel of Fortune, so progression possibly if you've been putting effort into something. Anything else Virgo needs to know? Knight of Wands, The Chariot, that's another, I mean, Knight of Wands and the Chariot are both cards of movement, and you've got the Four of Swords, which is the exact opposite because that is doing nothing. So that is strange, but let's clarify them to see. Right, yours is slightly ambiguous, but we'll see. Right, Wheel of Fortune, I mean, that's usually an indicator that things are changing, and as I say, Jupiter, I believe, I could be wrong here, I think the Wheel of Fortune is connected to Jupiter energy. So again, if you want to look at your birth chart to see what's going on with Jupiter and Venus at the minute, that might help you. And also, I said full moon in Sagittarius, the Knight of Wands is Sagittarius energy. So yeah, that might be relevant too. So you've got the Four of Pentacles, the Knight. Why are these all in reverse? Right, I'm going to try that again. I'm going to do that again. I don't trust the fact that they're all in reverse like that, although it has been happening a lot today. I'll be honest with you. Pretty much all of the readings I've done have had a lot of reversals in. Right, Wheel of Fortune, concentrating now. So you have Two of Pentacles, the Chariot again, one more, we've got the Three of Wands. I mean, that for me is like a typical manifestation card. And we'll just get one more for that Wheel of Fortune. You have the King. This, for me, that King of Wands, there's an element of resilience with it, and there's something, and like determination. There's another word as well that I was thinking of, perseverance. I think that's what it is. Two of Pentacles here, because of what's already here. That's an energy of doing what you have to do. Taking on the tasks that you have to take on, just getting on with it, basically doing what you need to do to get to do what you want, to move forward, to create what you want. Three of Wands is a card of where you have already put your intentions out, you've probably put effort out already, and it's waiting for a return on your investment, isn't it? And then, as I say, with that King of Wands, it's just a very determined, resilient, persevering type of energy. It could just be, with these cards, with that Wheel of Fortune, it kind of almost feels like just an energy of keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Even if you can't see the outward results, it is working. Or it could be a warning not to give up if you start starting to get fatigued. But because that Four of Swords is there, let's continue before I make any more assumptions, because sometimes it can be that even if you are meant to carry on, you might need a little bit of a brief break or something. Or to slow down, like to continue, but to slow down, or to work, you know, that whole work smarter, not harder kind of thing. Let's look at the Knight of Wands. We've got the Ace of Wands. So there's definitely quite a bit of fire energy here. There's a spark, there's a strong spark, and that whole perseverance energy. We've got the Fool there. Seven of Pentacles. Let's get one after the Seven of Pentacles. And this is the Eight of Wands, yeah. This over here, this Knight of Pentacles energy, it's where you've, what the hell was I going to say now? It looks like it's where it's where you've already put the effort in, where you've already taken the risk. There was another word, I think that was the main thing I was going to say, where you've already taken the risk. Again, there may be an element of waiting for an investment on your return, but it looks like effort has already been put in to what you're trying to achieve. Let's look at the Chariot. We have Temperance. The Queen of Wands. Shit. That goes with what I was feeling actually. Again, I am getting a bit of a vibe of 100% continue to go for what you want, but it may be, you might be feeling a bit impatient, possibly. And that can be because you're not seeing the results that you want just yet. But the way they flew out, it's like an impatient kind of energy. The Queen of what? I mean, Temperance for me, it's a card. I haven't mentioned, I don't know if I've mentioned this in any of my readings. I know a lot of other readers do actually, about Temperance can have something to do with timing. Harmony, balance. It can be a sign to slow down a little bit, go at a moderate pace. When you've got the Chariot as well, That's a bit of a funny one because usually, I mean, these two sphinxes, yeah, they're both sitting down. That one's standing up, one's sitting down, and that can be an indicator that something needs to be brought more into balance to keep that momentum or get that momentum. Queen of Wands can be known to be impatient. On the other hand, as a feminine energy is described as being receptive and attractive. So whatever that person wants, they have the intention, they have the desire. Obviously, they're going to put in some degree of effort, but for the most part, it comes to them. So let me get one more for that Chariot card. We've got the Moon. Okay, yep, that makes sense. There's a possibility that someone's getting a little bit impatient. Maybe getting a little bit impatient and starting to worry because they can't see the exact results that they want to see, and it can go a number of ways. It could be like, you know, if you're in trying to start a relationship with someone, maybe you just started dating and it feels like it's going far too slow. That's one thing. It could be with something that you're pursuing. You expected, like maybe you're learning to do something and you're like, why am I not picking this up? You could be learning to play the bloody piano or something, and it's like, why am I not picking this up? It's like you just gotta, you know, keep going, don't give up. Let's get one more for that. There's a bit of fear with the Devil there. It's almost a bit of fear, possibly. There's just a lot of desire in this. You've got the Lovers. That can be a strong desire as well. You do have to be careful though when you desire things, when you want something, that you don't let it. I don't know if the right word is overwhelm, but kind of take over your whole life, where you're just so focused on that one thing that you're just determined to get one particular thing that you kind of neglect other things around you, including rest for yourself. Let's have a look at that Four of Swords, since I'm speaking of stuff like that. Right, Hermit. Knight of Swords. Six of Cups and the King of Swords. So I'll say again, if you are doing something, pursuing something, putting effort into something, and it's not giving you the exact results you need or you want at present, there might be a need to sort of slow down, take a little bit of a time out for things to become clearer. With the Knight of Swords and King of Swords energy coming in. And I mean, typically Virgo is probably considered like more of a patient energy. It's an earth sign, analytical, etc. So you would think that it's more of a not slow but moderate paced energy, like understands that some things can't happen as quickly as you want them to, but this reading gives an energy of wanting it to happen now, yesterday. You know, so as I say, there might be a need to kind of slow down a little bit and give yourself a bit of a breather, because the Watch and Wait energy can be an energy of needing to be patient as well. Just give yourself a bit of a breather and know that what you're doing is working. You might be a bit overzealous in what you're doing, but it'll work. It's working. Make sure you get enough rest. So I'll leave your message there, Virgo. Thanks for supporting the channel. Take care. Welcome Capricorn to your reading for the 22nd to the 31st of May 2024. So just a heads up before we start, there's a full moon on the 23rd of May 2024. That's a full moon in Sagittarius, so that might be relevant within this message, or you might want to check out any information out there about the full moon. Also, there seems to be quite a bit going on with Jupiter and Venus at the minute. So I'm not an astrologer, but there's information out there, you know, the videos, you could look at your birth chart and see how that's relevant for you at present. So we're going to start off with a message from this deck, the Spirit Animal Oracle deck, first of all. So what does Capricorn Sun, Moon or Rising need to know at present? You have two cards. You have transformation is beautiful. And you also have know your worth. And with that transformation card, I mean, I started doing tarot videos last year, July. So how many months is that? 10 months? Yeah, 10 months. And even from the beginning of when I first started doing the readings, Capricorn has always gets the bloody tower. I swear Capricorn got the tower so many times. So I kept on saying, I wonder if someone's going through an awakening. That could be part of this here again. Because it's come up so much for Capricorn. And you know, a lot of the time, I mean, you've got the know your worth card there. I'm sure a lot of Capricorns do know their worth. It's just that there are certain situations in life sometimes, or certain people, where there are times when we're vulnerable. No matter how tough and discerning and whatever we are, sometimes there are situations that make us vulnerable, and in that particular situation we don't see the red flags as much, do we? I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but yeah, this whole transformation thing seems to be a running theme, and it's not a shock. I mean, I think I've said it before that awakenings and stuff like that, for me, I'm at the point in life now where I just think my spiritual awakening is my whole life. So I think I've stopped trying to say, oh, this is one awakening, this is another awakening. It's just like, no, it's the whole thing is an awakening. It's just that there are more intense parts at some points in time than others. But anyway, let's get your tarot cards out. And interestingly enough, transformation, you've got the Hermit at the bottom. I mean, that's like a deep dive spiritual whatever. It could be, I mean, I would consider it to be a spiritual awakening card. It's part of the journey, isn't it? So let's get your tarot cards out. We've got the Two of Swords here. Two truths. It can be about two truths sometimes. We've got Judgment. So the first thought that is coming to mind, and it may only even be for one person, but there could be something here for someone about where someone has not learned from the past. And I'm not saying that as a form of criticism, because it happens to all of us at times, isn't it? We just don't learn. We don't fully learn the lessons of the past, do we? And we can get into the same situations, and sometimes it just takes time to fully, I don't know, for things to fully come to complete the cycle of learning, or whatever you want to call it. But let's get another one. But yeah, that's the first message. I'm not saying that's the whole message. As I say, it might only be for one person about not learning from the past. And then you get the Eight of Swords. Oh God, you've got quite a lot here, but I will take them, but it's quite a lot. So you've also got, and I don't know, I feel like this one needs to be first. So this is the Nine of God. That's not a good energy, to be honest, Capricorn. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Nine of Swords. You have, right, these are in reverse now, and I don't know which one came first or which one should be first, but they were like that. You've got the Ten of Swords and King of Cups. So I'm going to put the King of Cups there and the Ten of Swords there. So I'm not going to lie, it's a heavy energy, but you've got the transformation card. So it's an opportunity to transform through whatever the hell this is, to be honest. Yeah, I can't lie. It is an energy of like not learning from the past. Again, not as a criticism, just that there are things going on at present that you may have experienced before. So I know I'm doing it in a backwards kind of way, but with that Ten of Swords there, that's an energy of not letting go when you may need to let go of something, or not wanting to let go. You've got the King of Cups there. In reverse, for me, that's kind of like not facing certain emotions, how you feel about certain things. Like one example would be, say, if you always end up in situations at work, in your job, where it's just Groundhog Day. You always end up with a shitty boss, or a boss that treats you like shit, or in conflict with colleagues, etc. Or you may even be someone who ends up taking on all the responsibility or something like that, but you're never honest about how you feel about it. So it's like a repeat of situations, and it's like the lesson in that would be, you got to speak up. If people are trying to put responsibilities onto you that aren't yours, and you feel that it's wrong, rather than pushing that down and trying to prove, I don't know why I'm saying this, but if you want to prove that you're capable, it might be a case of saying, no, I'm not doing that. It's not in my job description and I've already got enough on. You know, it's honoring those feelings. Eight of Swords there is the energy of being trapped. You've got the Nine of Swords. It's going to be stress, worry, anxiety. Okay, let's get clarifying these. So Two of Swords first. So you've got the, oh God, this again, Ten of Swords in reverse again. Definitely an energy of not letting go when something needs to be let go of, really. That's how it feels anyway. Right, we've got Temperance, it's sideways. I'm going to put it upright. You also have the Seven of Cups, and I will get one more for you. One more for Capricorn. Sideways again, I'll take it like this. Five of Cups. You may be a person who, or you, in a particular situation, you might be worried about letting someone down, to be honest. With that Five of Cups in reverse, there might be some worry about letting someone down. There might also be a fear of failure or fear of getting hurt, and I'm not 100% sure how that works, but there's some sort of worry about failure, disappointment, being hurt, letting someone down, feeling let down yourself. I would say the two truths here are, and it's almost like it needs to be this way. It feels like that's one side of the one truth. This is the other truth. You want peace. You want peace. You want harmony. But on the other hand, you've got all this shit here. Confusion, fears, worries, etc. And just not letting go of it. So it's like on one hand, it's holding on to something. Possibly because of uncertainty and avoidance. On the other hand, it's like, I just want my peace. I just want peace of mind. Okay, let's look at that Judgment card, which I specifically said was like not learning from past lessons or experiences. I'll say experiences because lessons sounds a bit condescending, doesn't it? Nine of Swords, and there's even a fear here. It's really strange, and it's funny how, well, not funny literally, but it's strange how it happens sometimes that we have a fear of getting into the same shitty situations and having the same shitty experiences, and it's almost as if we walk into a repeat of the same situation. And I've been there, I've done that, and it's like when it happens, for me, it's such a sense of disappointment because it's like, I've done this before. How the hell have I put myself back in a similar situation, even if it's not with the exact same person? It's just a similar vibe, similar energy, similar things happen, and it's like, what the? I already dealt with that. Like, even if you've gone through a similar experience before and you fully addressed it, you did the work, you know, you did your deep dive, etc. And it's like, how has this happened again? Or how has something so similar happened again? It's a real feeling of disappointment. So it's sort of, again, it's fear of repeating past mistakes, but it's almost like you may have repeated a past mistake, even though there's a fear of it. I'm not sure how that happens, to be honest. I'm not 100%. I guess because it's a different, what's the word? I can't think of the exact word now. But you know when something's the same inside, the same, the same on the inside, but the exterior looks different. Like if you go in a different situation, or say if it was a romantic relationship is the easiest example. I know it's a lazy one, but say if you came out of a relationship with somebody who was really controlling and mean and nasty, and then the next person you end up with, on the surface they seem like a really sweet, stable person, and what's another word, practical, like really practical, solid person, but deep down they're actually just as mean and horrible as the other person. It's package, that's the word. It's a different package. So the original person was probably just an asshole inside and out, so you could blatantly tell they're an asshole, but the next person has an exterior that makes them seem a lot nicer, but inside they're just as horrible. So that's one way of that is one way, to be honest. There's probably more manipulation on the side of the person who's got a pleasant looking outside package, and then inside they're an asshole as well. Anyway, right, Judgment. I don't know why I've gone into that, but let's get one more for Judgment. So you've got the Empress and you've got the King of Cups. Let's just get one more. So again, we've got the energy of where you don't express what you really feel. And the thing that's coming to mind, one of the things that's coming to mind with the Empress next to the King of Cups is where, say if you were burned by something before, say if you were burned by something before, the next situation you get into, whatever it is, you decide, right, I'm going to be a lot more mature about this. I'm not going to let my emotions cloud my judgment, blah, blah, blah. But then it's like, because you haven't honored your feelings, because you got to have a balance, haven't you? You've got to have a balance of discernment and emotion, because you've gone too far to the side of trying to control, I think I'll use that word, control your emotions. You've kind of rejected what actually honors you, and then you end up in a shitty situation again. I've kind of lost my trail of thought with that, but it's a conflict of what you really want and how you really feel with the reality of things that can kind of mess you up. And again, that would come into not wanting to make past mistakes, wouldn't it? Let's look at the Eight of Swords. That's a feeling of being trapped, that is. Burden, trapped. With the Ten of Wands there, you've got the Magician there. I'd say it's feeling powerless, coming up with those cards. We'll get one more. That kind of, how the hell do I get myself out of this kind of energy? Four of Cups. How do I get myself out of this deep sense of disappointment and even making the wrong choice, possibly? Right, Nine of Swords. Both in reverse. We have the Four of Swords, the Hermit. Oh, God. What I'm getting from the Hermit and the Four of Swords, it's almost an energy of not trusting yourself, where, sorry, you can't even see them, can you? We've got the Four of Swords and the Hermit there. There's a sense of wanting peace and wanting to be able to figure things out for yourself, but there is also a sense of that of, you know, when you make you repeat mistakes and you're like, you know what, I don't even trust myself with this anymore. You know, like for people that have had really shitty relationships, like they've had so many shitty relationships, they've gotten to the point now where they're like, you know what, I can't even trust myself to be in a relationship because I just messed this up so much. There's just no point anymore. It's that kind of energy. I'll get one more for that. The Moon. Okay. It's like not trusting your emotions, to be honest. It's almost like not trusting your emotions. You've got the Three of Cups there. Not trusting your emotions, and probably not trusting other people as well might play into this with that Three of Cups there. Let me just get one to go with the Hierophant, because me and the Hierophant have a really funny relationship with each other where I like to just clarify. The word enforcement, strangely, is coming to mind with the Hierophant and the King of Wands. I've said before, I mean, we all, you know, people who follow tarot quite a lot, you know, the Hierophant can be connected to control. Can it be connected? Yes, it can be connected to control. I think there was another word that was rules. Actually, it was rules, but the word control overpowered the word rules. Rules, but then with rules can come control, where something becomes too controlling, and it's like people forced to think a certain way, do things a certain way, and that can happen where you don't trust yourself anymore, is where you follow other people's rules and you're just sort of controlled by other people's rules or thoughts on how you should do things, beliefs, etc. Right, King of Cups. Knight of Wands, Two of Wands. For me, it's a heads up to acknowledge how you feel, acknowledge what you want, acknowledge your desires, acknowledge what direction you want to go in, to try and transform out of that energy of, if you're not trusting yourself anymore, or you don't want to repeat mistakes, right, transform again with the Death card. Transforming out of that confused Two of Swords energy, that trapped energy. One more for that. Know when to let go. I think the first part is knowing when to let go. because it's a heavy energy holding on to something that isn't good for you, and it sort of dims your light, it dulls your energy. If you've got that, it's like a chain, isn't it? It's like a ball and chain. Who is a ball and chain good for? I mean, obviously prisoners. If someone's a murderer or something, they've got a ball and chain. Yeah, that's probably necessary. But for people in general, a ball and chain isn't good for anyone. All it does is hold you back, and that's what that heavy energy of holding on to something that isn't good for you anymore. It's a ball and chain. You're there trying to drag it. You can barely move. If you do try and drag it, you're probably going to injure yourself in the process. It's not good. It's knowing when to let go so that you can be free to sort of to think for yourself, to feel for yourself, to trust yourself again. Queen of Swords, trust in yourself again. Let's look at the Ten of Swords and then we'll wrap this up, because I know this one's gone on for quite a long time, but it was very heavy. Ten of Swords. That for me is learning to trust. It's kind of learning to trust again. And sometimes the Three of Pentacles, it is about working together, but sometimes it can be the working together of the mind. Is it mind, heart and soul? Body, mind and soul? Whatever you want to call it. But everything working together, a balance of everything. A balance between your thoughts, your feelings, your physical actions, putting it all together. And it does take work. I would say the work here with the Eight of Pentacles is knowing your worth, knowing when to let go, when to walk away, so that you can transform, so that you can free yourself. And I think a butterfly is associated with freedom. I could be imagining that, but yeah. So to summarize, there is a thing about knowing when to let go here, knowing your worth and knowing when to let go, so that you can get out of this, to escape this energy of feeling stuck and trapped and confused and fearing about mistakes and choices and not trusting yourself anymore. I will leave your message there, Capricorn. I know that was quite a heavy one. Thank you for supporting the channel and take care.